It's an ordinary afternoon. You're in a room full of people, half listening to someone talk. Your eyes are getting heavy. Then the person across from you opens their mouth, sucks in a huge slow breath, and lets out an enormous yawn, and now it's coming for you. You feel it crawl up the back of your throat. You clench your jaw. You try to hold it in. You lose. Here's the strange part. You're not tired. You slept fine. You're not even that bored. Your body did not actually need to do that. So why did you? We have all been doing this our whole lives, and almost everything you think you know about why is wrong. So let's clear out the junk first, starting with the biggest myth of all. Ask most people why we yawn, and you'll hear the same answer. You're low on oxygen, and a yawn is a big gulp of air to top you back up. It sounds obvious. It is also completely wrong. In the 1980s, a researcher named Robert Provine decided to actually test it. He had people breathe air loaded with extra carbon dioxide. If the low oxygen theory were right, more carbon dioxide should make people yawn much more. It made no difference at all. Then he had them breathe pure oxygen. Pure oxygen should switch the yawns off completely. It did nothing of the kind. The oxygen story was dead. And here's the fact that really buries it. A baby yawns inside the womb, 11 weeks after it is conceived, long before it has ever taken a single breath, no air, no lungs in use, still yawning. So a yawn was never about oxygen. If it were, that could never happen. The real reason is stranger, and honestly better. To understand it, you need one weird fact about your head. Your brain is only about 2% of your body weight, but it burns around 20% of your energy. All that work makes heat. Your brain runs hot, and it only works well in a narrow temperature range. Push it too hot, and it starts to struggle, so it needs a fast way to cool down. Think of your head like a car. An engine that works hard gets hot, so every car carries a radiator to pull that heat away. A yawn is your brain hitting its own radiator. This is the idea from researcher Andrew Gallup. That giant jaw stretch is not random. Cranking your jaw wide open forces fresh blood up through the bones of your face and helps carry warm blood away from the skull. At the same time, you drag in a huge breath of cool air. That air chills the blood at the back of your nose and mouth. Exactly like air rushing over a radiator. The blood carries that coolness straight up to your brain. One big yawn and the temperature drops. Your brain just cracked a window. Now that is a lovely story, but scientists do not trust lovely stories. They test them, and this one keeps passing. First, the warm forehead test. Hold something warm against someone's forehead, and they yawn more. Hold something cold to the very same spot, and the yawns nearly stop, even just breathing through your nose, which cools the blood on its own, quietly cuts your yawns way down. Then there are the seasons you would think people yawn more when it is hot. The opposite is true. In one study, people yawned about 45% of the time in winter and only about 24% in summer. When the air outside is cooler than you are, a yawn actually works. It cools you down. When the air is hotter than you are, gulping hot air does nothing, so you yawn less. And then there are the rats. Researchers measured the temperature inside rat brains. Right as they yawned, every time brain temperature climbed just before the yawn and then dropped right after it. The yawn was not the problem. It was the fix. Okay, so a yawn cools an overheating brain. But that leaves the strangest part of all. Why is it contagious? You watched someone yawn a few seconds ago, and your own brain probably tried to join in. Honestly, reading about it right now can set one off. About half of all adults catch a yawn this way. So why would a yawn leap from head to head at all? The best answer goes back to living in groups. Picture a small band of early humans long ago. When one person's brain got warm and sleepy, they would yawn. And that yawn was a quiet little signal. It nudged the whole group to reset at the same time, so everyone stayed alert together. A yawn you catch is really a message. Stay sharp together. And the evidence for the group idea is everywhere. Babies yawn, but they do not catch yawns. Catching them only switches on around age 4 or 5. The same age kids start truly reading other people. And the closer you feel to someone, the more likely their yawn is to catch you. Strangers, least of all. Close friends and family, most of all. It even crosses between species. Dogs catch yawns from their owners, far more than from strangers. Chimps do it too, mostly inside their own group. A yawn travels along the lines of who we trust. But here's where it gets genuinely huge. Yawning is not a human quirk. It is not even a mammal quirk. Fish yawn, snakes yawn, birds yawn, even crocodiles yawn. Almost every animal with a backbone does it, which means yawning is old. Really, really old. Yawning is around 400 million years old. Let that actually land. That is older than the dinosaurs. Older than trees, older than the first animals that ever crawled onto land. Back when your ancestors were fish in an ancient sea, they were already doing it. The same jaw stretch, the same deep reset, a 400 million year old reflex, still running inside you in that boring meeting. So let's put the whole thing together. 1. A yawn is not about oxygen. 2. It cools an overheating brain, like a radiator. 3. It spreads through a group as a signal to stay alert. 4, and it is 400 million years old. Now watch what happens when they all fire at once. The next time someone across the room yawns and you feel that pulse start to climb your throat, here's everything that is truly happening. Your brain is running a little hot. It reaches for a 400 million year old tool to cool itself. Your jaw cracks wide, cool air pours in. And because someone near you did it first, an ancient signal to stay alert quietly passed between you. All of that in one breath you did not even choose. So back to that meeting, the person across from you yawns. You feel it coming. This time, do not fight it. Let it come. That stretch in your jaw is a radiator opening. That pull you could not resist is a signal older than trees. 400 million years of practice running through you in a single quiet breath. So the next time it catches you in a meeting, on a train, or reading this, you will know exactly what your body is doing. So don't fight it. You've earned it.